What's up, wrestling world? I am B-Train from those Missouri guys, and I told you that I would be back to discuss The Rock's appearance on Monday Night Raw in Tampa Bay, Florida, close to his home in Miami. And let me just tell you, I'm not such a big fan of this return. You know why? Because here's my problem with this. It's great that they're creating new tension between The Rock and CM Punk, and the fact that The Rock came out, perfectly choreographed timing, it's just way too damn predictable. And The Rock was supposed to face CM Punk. Had he faced Ryback, that would have been a big snooze fest, because we all know that every fan would go home disappointed and bored to death and basically wanted to bludgeon their eye out with a sharp object because it would be that boring. Anyways, there were some definite perplexing moments during this whole segment between CM Punk, the WWE Champion for 415 plus days, might I add. When The Rock was literally standing there and he said, "I want you to get in front of the mirror buck naked, and I want you to, envision a tattoo on your back or on your on your ass." And he started listing off tattoos. When and where did that start from The Rock? I mean, my God, dude, even if it is not written by Michael Hayes or anybody else, telling someone to get naked? Gee, that was brilliant storyline writing. Also, honesty during a bit is important for wrestling. I felt that, my favorite wrestler as of the time being, and has been for a long while now, CM Punk, the honesty about, the words that he mentioned during his segment before The Rock interrupted him, basically saying there's a glass ceiling that you're not allowed to break through unless you'll get in big trouble. He was being his regular rebel-rousing self and keeping it honest, not straying away and just saying what he was supposed to say. I guarantee you, this segment was not all that great. From my perspective, at least. Some fans might say, "Oh, this was great, it was The Rock." No! He's the same guy. The same guy who comes when he wants to. Just like Hogan, just like Flair, and just like Piper, and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, and Shawn Michaels. I am probably paraphrasing what my favorite wrestler, CM Punk, was saying. And that's, no guy is ever just doing this to do because he's loving what he's doing. They're doing this for a paycheck. I mean, that's an honest-to-God truth. He was talking about how Daniel Bryan, puts on a smile and uses catchphrases to sell a few t-shirts, and Brodus Clay, who's a monster, is dancing around with kids just to, make fans feel important. The Rock comes back, and we're talking about The Rock, the People's Champ, the Great One, the Brahmable. He comes with a whole lot of accolades and lists and accomplishments. This honest-to-God feeling, guys, it feels like the Attitude Era is being reborn. In a new age kind of way. When you use phrases like crackhead, said by The Rock, or, bitch, no nuts, and all these references, you're talking about guys who, if CM Punk was back in the Attitude Era days, I believe he could survive. but I believe he'd be a part of the heel cycle, which would be pretty awesome. Anyways, I'm getting off track. Alright, so this segment between The Rock and CM Punk, was it interesting? I am not going to sit here and beleaguer that, but I am just going to say it kind of died after the rock bottom. It didn't look very good. It just looked weak. And I know it's probably going to take him a few weeks to get into the swing of things, traveling with the company and being on the plane. He's used to traveling. He's used to being in movies. But here's the thing. His return, it's going to be short-lived. And it's going to be so damn bittersweet. And why? This is just my opinion. If he wins the championship at Rumble, like most wrestling sites have said he is going to, tell me this, guys. Where is it going to go after that? How long is he going to stay and help Vince out? Since we all know that it's not just Vince who's desperate, it's the whole company. The whole company is hinging on The Rock to win this championship. But tell me this. What will happen if he wins it and leaves in 4 or 5 months? And go back to making movies or doing whatever he's good at doing, because he's The Rock, he's the great one. Where will this go? Will it go in the shitter? Because honestly, that's where this is headed. If it keeps on the course that it's going between The Rock and CM Punk, they have to add some new stuff. If they keep going in a predictable cycle, well, let's see. The Shield, will they get involved? Okay. You see what this does to me? It makes me at a loss for words. And I can't quite process what else you could do with The Rock. Because now you have what we call in the wrestling world a build-up. Something that has been missing from the WWE for quite some time. And, you know, the theory goes that honesty is the best policy. Well, Punk is right. He is being honest. Honesty kind of gets you nowhere in WWE. It gets you maybe a few pats on the back and then a few reprimands. But honestly, I think what we're all failing to realize is that it's a great idea to have him face The Rock. This match will be amazing. But for The Rock to come in and just take the title off of him, I disagree with that move by the company. And I don't think that it would be good for ratings, simply because it's almost like Muhammad Ali going back in time and coming back now, you know, or somebody popular, let's say that. Somebody popular goes into something they haven't done in quite a while and just pick up where they left off. Doesn't seem right. That'd be like if Hulk Hogan was to quit TNA and come back to WWE. I beg to differ with certain people's opinions about CM Punk. Because this guy, GTS The Rock, when I was in St. Louis watching with 2 friends, out of nowhere, just, you know, pipe bomb. He did something that, you know, nobody expected him to do, because everybody just wanted him to stand on the side and watch The Rock beat up Big Show, have his little moment in the sun with the people's elbow, and then go home. Personally, my thoughts on The Rock's return tonight was this. Okay. What were my thoughts bad. Shame on you, WWE. You cannot honestly tell me that you did a great job doing this bit, especially the botched rock bottom, because yeah, they went up, but CM Punk was kind of caught off guard, and The Rock tried his little one of his finishing maneuvers. Can you say angst about this situation? Yeah. Personally, as a biased CM Punk fan, I think The Rock's return was much needed, but at the same time kind of a drag having him back in the business, because in all honesty, if anybody looks back on his career, who helped him make this career? It wasn't him. It wasn't his damn self. It was Stone Cold Steve Austin, Triple H, The Undertaker, guys that made The Rock into what he is today, or molded him into what he is today. He makes his own success with movies and everything, but tonight's appearance, I'm just going to say how I really feel. I don't think that his return made me feel any more sane when I watch a show. Yeah, I usually keep my crap PG, or should I say shit, since obviously we're allowed to say crackhead, and you know, and so people can call him Cookie Puss. Everything just flies out the window when The Rock's there. I like it. I like the fact that they're letting the reins, loosening the reins, I should say, on that area. However, you know, the insults still remain the same. The it doesn't matter moments still remain very bland. You can tell that The Rock was rusty tonight. CM Punk, honesty, yeah, I like that combo. And last but not least, he's supposed to appear on this Friday SmackDown. That should be interesting, since we had a face night tonight mixed in with a slight bit of heel victories. We're bound to see, I don't know, whatever The Rock does best on his show that he created, literally through a catchphrase. The Rock laid the SmackDown. The point is, when you return to WWE, it should be, if you're a legend, it should be the biggest, most momentous return ever. Not the kind of return. You know what I'm saying? If you guys don't like or agree with what I'm saying, that's fine. But I'm going to stick to my guns as a CM Punk fan and just say this. It's ironic that they call somebody that's only there for, oh God, let's see, 16 or 365 days a year, like Punk said. It's ironic that they call him back just to help him out. I mean, who can blame him, right? When you need help, you need help. Alright, well, those are my thoughts. Those are my words. If you didn't like it, well, I don't give a damn. Watch another webcast for all I care. So, I am B-Train from those Missouri guys. And
if you're not down with that, then he's got two